Morning. Today we're in one of Napa Valley's alternative crop. It's a peach orchard in St. Helena that I've been helping the owner out for many years with spraying and different operations when necessary. And then this year we have an opportunity to do some actual peach thinning, and that's removing the smaller peaches and or some of the peaches that are too close together. So we had come in to help out on getting this operation done at a timely manner. And we find it kind of exciting that we can work with alternative crops that are also grown in the Napa Valley and not always be concentrating on wine grapes as we know it. This orchard has been around for a number of years, and it's kind of a direct sell right to the consumer. The consumer comes and buys the peaches here at a fruit stand when they are ready and harvested at optimum maturity. So it's kind of nice to have the opportunities to work in a different crop once in a while at different times of the year.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Dinwiddie, and we've been raising peaches here for 25 years. Peaches seem to grow very well in the Napa Valley, and we've been blessed this year with a very good set, but so there's lots and lots of peaches have to be taken off to get our size and to get that nice flavor that people like. Michael Neal has been really helping us with all of the spraying that needs to be done every year, and this year he's helping us with the pruning, which is wonderful.
This spring we had great weather and a lot of bee activity as far as the quantity of peaches that are retained from pollination. As we all know that peaches and a lot of stone fruits need bees to pollinate as well as good weather. Last year was pretty much a disaster in the stone fruit world as we know it in the state of California, just because of the unseasonably cool weather and lots of rain. Apples and pears seem to have fared pretty well. And most of our clients that I have also have fruit trees in their orchards, and this is just kind of part of the function that we do. So if we have to go into our clients' orchards and remove fruit, we can do the same if there's a big crop of nectarines or peaches or apricots or some of those stone fruits that are on those trees, as well as the apples. And again, we want to try to have good spacing, like I say, maybe 4 to 6 inches if possible, and not have peaches that are going to be touching each other so they don't bruise as they get enlarged and ripen.
It takes about 30 to 40 leaves to properly ripen a peach to get the large size that the consumer is looking for, and also to get the flavors that the consumer expects. So on a branch like this, we've got a cluster of 5 peaches right here where we're actually going to come in and remove some of the smaller ones. And I'm going to leave 2 here because there's some good lateral growth coming out. And it looks like that with the size of the branch and the amount of healthy leaves we have, this branch can support 2 peaches. A branch like this, it actually might be pushing it for it to support 1. So we're going to remove all the smallest peaches and just leave 1 and hope that this amount of leaves and some of the energy we have in here will actually be enough to support that peach.
Within this same orchard are some very old cherry trees that actually have some fruit on them periodically, and one might be lucky to get some cherries before the birds actually take them off when they're ripe. And that's just an aspect, as well as there's some older plum trees here on my left that they're pretty large and they kind of shade out a lot of the fruit. Again, the orchard is really primarily for the peaches and nectarines that are grown here versus the other types of trees there. Like I say, there's cherries, there's plums, there's some nectarines, and there's some pears here behind me as well. And so the pears are starting to develop a little bit here on the tree, but they're not going to be as bountiful as they were a year ago. They'll get thinned accordingly as well. One of the conversion things that I helped Dr. Dinwiddie with here was that he had overhead sprinklers where the sprinklers were well above the canopy of the trees, and that was his method of irrigating the orchard through the summer. Well, we know that creates a lot of humidity and a lot of problems with disease pressure, especially brown rot close to the harvesting of that fruit when that fruit was mature. and it would consequently mean that we had to come in and spray more often. So it took a little bit of convincing, and then we came into something more like this with the sprinklers low to the ground, and that way he can irrigate his orchard with the sprinklers below the tree line, the canopy here, and minimize a lot of the effect of the overhead sprinklers creating a rain effect almost on a weekly basis. And we have noticed a lot less brown rot and other diseases, pathogens in the fruit at harvest time.